All right, I'm getting so hyped for this episode because we're focusing on Yuta. At least I think we're focusing on Yuta. I don't want us to not focus on Yuta. It'd be crazy if in the last episode they did the whole like ending stuff with Yuta and the other 4 people only to not focus on him. But I am interested to see what exactly is going to go on in this episode and how this affects the next season. Like what happens in here that makes us want to watch the next season. Because usually there's like a cliffhanger or something that makes us like, oh shoot, can't wait. Now I don't know if Yuta's going to take them all out in this episode or if something's going to happen to where he takes one person out in this episode and that goes into the next season. Don't know. I guess we'll find out. So without further ado, let's get straight on to it. Make sure for the original content as always. All right, let's get going in 3, 2, 1.
With supplies being limited, we'll need to add a rule allowing passage in and out of the colony. But I can't afford to let players like Druve, who attack people indiscriminately, leave the barriers. Communication between colonies is a must. There's the 2 rules Fushiguro proposed, a means of communication and passage in.
We didn't know about the last 2.
So we'll need 4 additional rules to get the
that makes sense, though.
under control.
Gosh.
I won't let you kill your best friend twice. I'll kill Kenjaku myself.
And you'll succeed.
Okay, you can all come out now. I think we should continue making our way north to the edge of the barrier. Any player that comes along will be pretty hesitant to...
What's that sound?
Quick, get into the stadium.
Let's get out of here.
Hurry up.
Crazy. What? Okay. No, you're dead. Or maybe not. Oh, ooh, yeah, you're dead. You're dead. Is it that one cursed spirit? I thought it was like in hibernation. So cool. So cool.
That is a player called Kudo Arushi.
So
it is out of hibernation. I thought I needed like certain things to happen in order to get out of the hibernation. I'm guessing one of those things is one of the 4 had to die. I drew. Where'd it get the legs from?
I'm being watched. Likely, it's the other 2 players with high points.
Why do you kill us?
I can ask that same question to you.
I can ask you the same question.
Yeah.
But I don't want those other
Ooh.
2 players to know I can use reverse curse technique. Rika's protecting everyone in the stadium, so I have to exercise Kuro Urushi without using Rika or my reverse curse technique.
So sick. Get some force repulsion, and it didn't even like mess with the weeds or anything. Oh, psh, stupid. You use reverse curse technique. Oh, you gotta use reverse curse technique. I mean, there's one way of doing it. You could just use your hands, though.
I see that you can use reverse curse technique.
Can you give this guy a break? Why is she giving me like goddess vibes?
My arm is back to normal. I feel fine. Her technique probably manipulates space. It seems to create distortions like a funhouse mirror.
Oh, so is that how your hand did that?
It treats the sky as a surface.
She's revealing her technique.
Make it stronger.
Hurry up and attack already.
You're not someone who's gonna complain about getting killed, are you? So what's your reason for actively seeking a fight?
This little brat.
Oh, we call him in Brad already.
Are you modern-day sorcerers that casual about incarnation?
Yeah.
To us from the
Yeah.
old school, this means coming back from the dead. People who lived out their lives without regrets wouldn't accept Kenjaku's offer, would they?
I mean, maybe.
It's really pissing me off.
I wonder if someone like you has any friends or lovers.
Is that this?
Wait just a minute. Are you one of the Fujiwara? How can anyone from your bloodline understand me?
Is he part of the Fujiwara? I don't think we've heard anything about that.
Granite blast.
Oh. I mean, you guys survived that.
It came from that rooftop. Too close for comfort. Now that Kudo, Urushi, and Druve are gone, I have no reason to let Ishigori run free. I'll take both him and Okotsu out.
I love the whole running. Oh my gosh.
He's gone.
He's gonna be like right behind you.
No.
Oh.
Can't you fight without blowing up everything around you?
No.
Oh, but that won't satisfy my hunger, Okotsu.
Look at that jawline.
Would you tell a starving kid with a feast in front of him to take his time and eat slower?
Would
Yeah?
anyone?
I guess so. Most probably would. That was a bad example. My first run at life wasn't completely lacking flavor. Frankly, it'd be hard to say I had any regrets at all.
Oh, almost like counterintuitive to the,
This vague
or counter
hunger
to the
I
other girl.
constantly feel is always gnawing at me, Okotsu. These cigarettes have a slightly sweet aftertaste.
Pompadour. Reminds me of
You
Danganronpa.
know what it was? There was no dessert in my life.
Oh, he's quick too. I thought he was just more of a shooter person.
I'm unsatisfied because I'm not fulfilled.
Ooh! Gosh, it's like fighting Cyclops.
You'd better not be crushed.
Of course not. The ropes. Where'd the other girl go? So cool. Nice. That's what I said.
Not calling your Shikigami?
Oh, so you saw that?
Right now.
Oh, trying to gain distance.
He's probably trying to.
Oh, you can't see him.
Head on!
Sweet! Here's your reward.
Oh,
I overheated.
you look a lot better with that hair. Where'd the train come from? I know they're in the train station, but I didn't see it prior.
Could you be the one? Are you my dessert?
There's no way you fixed that pompadour that quickly.
What
Of
I
course she
select
comes in
is
now.
the person.
Give this guy a break.
Lost, you pile of vomit!
Shut your mouth, dick cheese!
Really? These guys are reincarnated, and they have this language.
What a hit.
They should be talking old school.
I've been forced to eat my own technique. No matter
Goodness.
how high-end the sweet shop is, seeing the displays empty at closing time is always disappointing.
I love how there's specific characters that just have a specific trope. Like this guy just loves talking about dessert.
Oh well.
Oh, bringing up Rika?
Come to me, Rika. Give me everything.
Everything.
Shikigami completely manifested?
How does that work?
Which would you like, Yuta?
Since when can you do that?
I'll take that one. Let's go.
And is that arm supposed to like punch through the lasers? Oh, curse speech.
Don't move.
Snake eyes and fangs. I can't move.
Nice.
Rika.
Oh, see? Punching through it. Oh no!
You can't get rid of me that easy!
It's like Inception. Her power is so OP if it's used correctly. Look at that. Oh my gosh, the way you could just mess with space. Oh, Rika's protecting. Ooh. You're leaving yourself open.
Let's keep chowing down!
The fact that hair.
It's always you, Fujiwara. You're
How did you do that?
Okotsu defeated Druve Luktawala. whose technique made the path of his Shikigami, which cut into anything it touched.
So he can use...
Does that mean Okotsu's technique is copy?
I mean, that makes so much sense with the whole like Inumaki stuff. But like, how did he get Drew's power? Is it just by defeating a person? Oh. Domain expansion? This has to be domain expansion. Ooh. Where are they? Where are you guys? The strongest one's gonna prevail. Oh.
At that moment, the Black Devil of the modern age.
I told you, I like the taste of...
How are you still alive?
Flew into the barriers. The complex forces of their domains had been keeping the three sorcerers in check. But this intruder was unexpected.
So it like broke it?
And so the barriers
That's so stupid.
collapsed.
I really want to see their domains. Like, this is the first time we figured, or we learned that Yuta has a domain. Oh.
Damn, I can't use my technique right after domain expansion.
Oh, she's done. Oh, okay. You like flesh. Interesting.
Granite blast.
Ishigori's technique is cursed energy discharge.
Oh, he's good at discharging. Oh, okay. He's dead again. Okay, well, he served his purpose, I guess, for the whole domain stuff.
Welcome to my table, Okotsu.
Okotsu
Does he have his own, like,
discharge
purple?
a high volume of cursed energy, but only while Rika is completely manifested. So he planned to charge and unleash his cursed energy before Ishigori reached maximum output. But he changed his mind. The intense gaze, full of that hunger, melted Yuta Okotsu's heart. Even though he would likely
Interesting.
never find meaning in fighting.
So he doesn't want to win it cheaply. Wants to give the guy satisfaction of going all out. Yeah. Goku probably already knew he wasn't going to win that. Oh. It's like a delay shot.
Fire on its own? Even you haven't had enough time to digest and recover your full
I think you're wrong. He has a lot of storage.
But Okotsu's technique
Oh my gosh.
had
He took
already
hers.
recovered.
And that's already such an OP power.
He's using Uro's technique. So that's it. Okotsu's technique is copied. But there should be
Sorry, too late.
conditions on it. That was when he did it.
Oh, so does Rika have to eat something? Like eat a body part? I mean, why else would they show that? Oh, time's up.
5 minutes. Okotsu's connection to Rika was severed.
Darn.
There's still more after going all out.
There's something just about people beating each other up.
This is what it's like to eat dessert. What?
Was that his laser that he shot up? It's like, I mean, that was the same color and everything. Oh my gosh. How did you put him in the exact place?
Thank you, Okotsu.
You gave me dessert.
I'm full now.
And ends it with a smile.
Okotsu, you're too soft.
Yeah.
That's not a compliment.
Oh, did you use
Sparing the life of
the
a
reverse curse
sorcerer
technique on
who
him?
fought to kill
There's
you.
nothing to gain from killing you. Well, regardless. Can I have your points?
Oh, that's why he kept him alive.
Now I get it.
All I know is you should be grateful to my friends.
Yeah, for the whole point transfer thing. Gosh, 190. That's crazy.
You're the one who's going to reach your limit. I've seen it.
What do you mean you've seen it? Oh,
All
Maki.
are driven over the edge by the same thing. Overwhelming.
What the heck you doing underwater?
aggression that blinds them to everything else. Like a calamity.
Oh, when did you guys spare out? Probably nothing else. No, there's nothing else. Darn. All right, so let's go in the very beginning to when he killed Drove. So I'm guessing the main reason why he killed Drove and not the other ones, for example, is the fact that he said that Drove would kill indiscriminately. So if he were to put in the rule of you can passage in and out of colonies, Drove could take out as many innocents as he wants. So I'm guessing he deemed the other two or three people, as not that bad compared to Drove. Because, I mean, from this episode, Yuta didn't seek out the other three. The other three seeked out Yuta. So the only person that he was actually seeking out was Drove. And then somehow between that, Rika ate a piece of Drove's body, I guess. And that gave Yuta the powers of Drove, which I'm just saying, the whole copying ability, OP. That's usually the case in most movies. In most movies, if a person has the ability to copy something, they're usually the most OP. It reminds me, I don't know why, out of everything, it reminds me of the Clockwork Dude from Heroes, which is weird given the fact that there are so many other instances where copying abilities are used. But that's one that comes to mind. But then we get these other two rules that I don't think we've ever been told about. And these rules are what they want to implement. I mean, well, technically, no. Okay. So the transfer points, obviously we were told about that. The escaping from the cola game is the rule that we were told about in order to get Sumiki out. But these other ones weren't told to us, but I believe it was implied. In which I remember there were a couple episodes, either last episode or an episode prior to that, in which I was questioning, oh, how is it they're going to switch between colonies? Because Fushiguro made it sound like they were going to switch between colonies. And I was thinking, oh, the only time we're ever going to see Yuta is if we switch colonies. So from that, I guess we could just assume that there is going to be a rule that they can move the colonies, but that wasn't stated until right now. And I think, so out of these four, because this one's already been completed, so now they have 3. And Yuta just needs 10 more points in order to get 2 of these, right? He almost has 200 points. So the first one, I think, would be communication. I feel like communicating between the colonies first is more important than the passage in and out of colonies. And I think the escape from the Culling game is like the last one they should do, maybe. Unless they want the escape from the Culling game first in order to make it to where Sumiki can get out safe and sound. And then once they're still in the Culling game, they can do these other ones. Maybe. Because, I mean, Yuta has that group of people in that stadium that he's protecting. And I wouldn't doubt he wants to do number 2 as quick as possible in order to get those people out. So maybe this one's going to be next. But when it comes between 3 and 4, I would like to think they would want communications first in order for them to talk to each other saying like, hey, these big baddies are gone. Now we can add the whole passage in and out of colonies. And then we have this bug dude. So in the last episode, they told us that it was in like hibernation or whatever, and certain conditions needed to be met for it to get out of hibernation. Now, we weren't told what those conditions were, but they got met. And I wouldn't doubt that maybe the condition was, oh, Drove needed to get eliminated, or one of the big 3 needed to get eliminated first in order for it to move or whatever. It couldn't have been the whole, oh, he needed to make his clone first, because they said in this episode that he did the whole cloning thing before going to hibernation. So that stuff was already done, pre-hibernation stuff. So it had to have been the killing of Drove, whatever his name is. This dude was annoying as freak, which... What's weird is he did the whole like cloning thing, but yet when Yuta took him out, Yuta was still granted 5 points. So it seems as though the clone is still an individual. It's crazy. And then of course he gets stuck, he has to use reverse curse technique, and as soon as he do it and defeats a dude, the girl shows up and is like, hey, you can do this. Glah, 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 glah. Takes him out. Which her ability in and of itself, crazy ability. You can just affect the sky. This is like Gentle Criminal times 1,000. And then the whole thing about him being a Fujiwara clan, or like that's his ancestors. I don't think we've ever been told that. I mean, we were told that he was down the line of that one great sorcerer, right? That made it to where him and Gojo are like distant relatives. But I'm pretty sure that guy wasn't a Fujiwara. So I don't know if Yuta was actually a Fujiwara member or like was associated with the members, or he was just doing that in order to get her riled up. I don't know. We get a little bit of background story from her, I believe, from that text saying that she was a part of the assassinations group that was a part of the Fujiwara clan, to where she wasn't granted a name, but she was granted a name when the one dude threw her under the bus for taking out his clan. I think that's how it went. Whatever. So obviously that moment is what made her hate the Fujiwara clan. And I wouldn't doubt that's one of the regrets she had when she made the deal with Kinjaku. And I do wonder if this guy in the back was a Fujiwara, because this is like when she put two and two together, like, oh, are you a Fujiwara member? I wonder if that's like has anything to do with it. Could not. But and then this guy comes in the picture, Mr. Ishigori, with his pompadour gun. He was a lot cooler character than I thought. I thought he was just one of those characters that just shoots, and then therefore his hand-to-hand combat is lacking. But no, he was putting up a good fight with Yuta. Now, I'm not entirely positive about it. Maybe it was said, maybe it wasn't said, but these sorcerers that were reincarnated, they were reincarnated in other people's bodies, right? The reincarnation people are in modern time bodies. So this guy is so lucky he took over a guy that has long hair, that you're able to make it into a pompadour. Otherwise, could you still use the powers? Like, I know his power is like cursed energy discharge, but does it have to specifically be in the hair? If so, then yeah, he was lucky he got a person that had long hair. And then Rika, you know, they did the 5-minute thing in order to give some cap on Yuta, because the fact that he has like a huge treasure trove of weapons, plus is able to use all the techniques when Rika's here, it just seems a little bit overpowered. Like, how do you beat this guy? And the fact that Rika can also fight on her own is a huge advantage. And then I think this is the first time we get the idea that Yuta's main technique is copy. I don't think we've gotten that prior to this. I mean, in the movie, we got the whole, oh, he used Inumaki's speech ability, but he used it with a megaphone. So I was thinking, oh, he can only use people's abilities if he has a cursed tool that associates with that said ability. But no, he was able to use Inumaki's voice cursed speech without the megaphone. He was able to transfer it straight to his mouth. So I'm like, okay, how did he hone those powers? Did he eat the severed arm of Inumaki? And then on top of that, he has Drove's powers, which is a crazy thing too. I wonder if he can use that with Rika, or if he needs to do these little Rikas in order to do so. But the domain expansion, I was so upset when the insect dude came in, because I really wanted to see these domains. I wonder who would have won out, because from what we were told about domains, it's usually the strongest domain takes over. And then this is also the first time at least we know the idea that Yuta has a domain. Now, out of these domains, I don't know which one's which. This one seems like it's the dude's, Ishigori's. I feel like this is Yuta's. This seems more like Yuta's style. What is this? It's like strands? I don't know. I mean, this could be Yuta's as well. I'm not sure. We'll have to find out later. But of course, the bug guy comes in. Really, the only reason why he comes in is to destroy this barrier, because less than a minute later, he gets destroyed again by Yuta. And him destroying the barrier, or the domain, makes her weak enough to where she technically gets taken out of the battle, and to where Rika can eat her arm, and then Yuta can use her abilities. So I guess thank you for interfering, because you made it to where Yuta is able to take them out. But other than that, you suck. And I love how this is his generic version of purple. Like, he's using the same stance and everything that Gojo's using. So it's like he's copying Gojo, but in his own way. And I like how in this part, he had the choice to shoot first, because I'm guessing that his ability charges up quicker than the other dudes. So he's able to reach his max level faster than the other dude. So there was a time where he had more power than the other dude, so he could have taken the other dude out. But he saw the face that the other dude was making, this one, of where he wanted the battle, he wanted the fight, he wanted this dessert. And that sort of melted, I guess that's what they called it, Yuta's heart, to where Yuta was like, okay, I'm not going to use any cheap tricks. I'm going to go all out in order to give him what he's been craving. Adorable. And thus I did it. The fact that Yuta, because the copying ability is one of those things that requires the fundamental cursed energy. You have to know that so well, because it's one thing to just have a new ability, but you got to know how to use it. So the fact that he just gained this ability of morphing space and he was able to use it against Ryu and fit it into his strategy for defeating Ryu is incredible. Like, he lifted this up, threw it up into the air, and then was able to fight him and get him to the exact spot to where it only hit this guy and grazed Yuta. Luckily, right, he was already tired from the domain, so that his energy wasn't as strong as it should be. So he was taken out, but he was still alive enough to where Yuta could use reverse curse technique and keep his life. Now, granted, he only did that to take their points. Well, I mean, technically, which means somewhere between when the fight started and when the fight ended, Kogane was like, hey, like, there's a new rule that got in place, making you able to transfer points. Because Yuta in the very beginning was speaking as if none of those new rules made it into play yet. So between some of this time, Kogane was like, hey, this is some information you want to know. Like, they're best friends now. That's cool. And then the girl's warning to him about going too far and stuff, which isn't the greatest thing in the world to be hearing when it comes to Yuta. But what does she know? She's only 400 years old, but then we get a little bit of what's going on. Fushiguro's carried by Angel. Adorable. This is like the first time we've seen him in this whole season. Well, no, second time. The first time we saw him was Yuta versing against Yuji. But I don't think this guy, has he said any new words? I think maybe like a sentence. But this guy's just kicking back. He's just a watcher just like us. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen in the next season. I think we got a little bit of what was going on of where Yuji's with the funny guy. They're just hanging out. I don't know how I feel about you, Tengen. I don't know when everyone's going to meet up with each other, but I guess we'll see. Yuta has enough points at least to make one more rule, so we'll get to see what rule he makes then. But yeah, that was my reaction to Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3, Episode 12. If you like my reaction, make sure to like and subscribe. If you guys want me to know anything more, put a comment down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.